The restaurant buzzed with soft chatter and the clinking of glasses, but every sound seemed to fade when Ethan stepped between the trembling waitress and the sharply dressed man yelling at her. "She's with me," Ethan said, calm, steady, yet firm enough to cut through the tension in the room. At a corner table, Clara Montgomery, known to the world as Aries, heiress to a global luxury empire, froze mid-reach for her glass. Her gaze locked on the single father who had just shifted the rhythm of her evening. There was something about the way he stood, protective but composed, like someone who had learned to weather storms without letting them spill over. It made her heart stutter. Welcome back to my channel, Classic Stories. If you're new here, please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Now let's dive into the story. To everyone else, Ethan was just a stranger defending a waitress. To Clara, he looked like a man carrying quiet stories in his eyes. Ethan hadn't meant to draw attention. He was only there to pick up dinner after a long day at the garage. Already picturing Lily, his daughter, waiting for him at home with her crooked smile and endless homework questions. But watching the waitress shrink under cruel remarks, he couldn't stay silent. Standing up for others had become instinct ever since life forced him to stand tall for Lily after her mother left. After the manager led the angry customer away, Ethan checked on the waitress and headed toward the exit. Takeout bags swinging at his side, Clara hesitated only a moment before excusing herself. From her circle of polished socialites and following him outside, the city air smelled lightly of rain. "Wait," she called. Ethan turned, his tired eyes softening when he saw her expensive dress and uncertain posture. "I just wanted to thank you," she said. "People don't usually speak up like that." "It was nothing," he replied, shifting the bag. "Sometimes you just have to." He looked ready to leave, but Clara wasn't done. She asked his name, and when she told him hers, he didn't react with the awe she had grown used to. He simply nodded, as if her identity mattered less than her sincerity. Over the next few days, Clara couldn't shake the memory of Ethan's calm presence. She found the small diner he sometimes took Lily to and stood at the doorway, watching him laugh with his daughter, the kind of laugh that reached his eyes. When she gathered the courage to step inside, Ethan was surprised but welcoming. Lily, bright-eyed and curious, asked who she was. Clara answered gently, hiding the weight of her last name. But Clara's world wasn't built for quiet corners. Rumors began to swirl, whispers about the glamorous Aries spending time with a mechanic. The story twisted, meant to tarnish them both. Her father confronted her, warning that she was risking the family's image for a man who didn't belong in their world. The old chains tightened around her, but she couldn't forget the steadiness Ethan carried, like a silent anchor. When she met him again, at the park where Lily was flying a kite, her voice trembled as she told him about the pressure, the expectations, the fear. Ethan listened, his expression softening. "You don't owe anyone the version of yourself they've decided for you," he said quietly. "You just owe yourself a life you won't regret." Those words settled inside her like truth she had been waiting for. So Clara started carving out small spaces of freedom, skipping certain social events, inviting Ethan and Lily to a modest art exhibit, introducing them to friends who valued kindness over status. Slowly, she built a bridge between their worlds. Plank by plank, there were setbacks, tabloids snapping photos. Her father's disappointment, Ethan's fear of exposing Lily to unwanted attention, but each obstacle tested how much they were willing to fight for something real. One rainy evening, Clara returned to that same restaurant. This time, she was the one waiting. Ethan arrived late, damp-haired, Lily tucked under his arm with a coloring book. When he looked at Clara, he didn't see the famous Aries. He saw the woman who chose him despite the storms. As they shared a quiet meal, Clara realized she no longer froze under anyone's gaze. The warmth between them, Lily's laughter, the ease of simply belonging, it all felt like a quiet rebellion against a world obsessed with status by the time they stepped outside. The rain had stopped. Clara slipped her hand into Ethan's, no longer caring about cameras or whispers. Their life would never be as simple as the stories people told, but it could be honest. And in honesty, there was room for courage, love, and a future shaped not by expectation, but by choice.